Hola, y quería saber de dónde provenía la palabra de whip.
I'm not sure where I came up with the idea. I don't remember. But you know, when you find out eventually why the city's called Weep, you know, it's the curse of a dying goddess, basically, that the city will always remember its suffering, will never be able to heal. So that's where it comes from, and I don't remember when. I think it was pretty early, in my very early brainstorming for the book.
La verdad es que no recuerdo, tiene que ver, posteriormente me di cuenta que tenía que ver con una diosa en agonía, ¿no? Y de que la ciudad no iba a poder olvidar, pero realmente no me acuerdo.
When I was deciding what book I would write next, after I finished the Daughter of Smoke and Bone saga, I was in Mexico on retreat, on a writing retreat with some friends, and I was thinking, oh, what will my next book be? And I had a few characters I was interested in, and I was just starting to see, I had a situation or a character, but I didn't have a plot, I didn't have a full story yet. So I was trying to figure out what that would be, and maybe that's when the idea of the city came into it, the lost city, but I'm not sure. It was a few years ago.
Bueno, cuando yo terminé la saga de Hija de Humo y Hueso, estuve en un retiro aquí con algunos amigos y estaba yo ya pensando en algunos personajes, ya tenía en mente algunas situaciones que le sucedían a estos personajes, pero bueno, necesitaba yo averiguar un poco más y yo creo que fue en ese momento que se me ocurrió el nombre de la ciudad.
¿Cuál fue tu mayor reto al crear el personaje de Laszlo?
What was your greatest challenge
Laszlo wasn't supposed to be the protagonist. So the idea for the book came out of Sarai, the Muse of Nightmares. So I had this character in my mind for many years.
La verdad es que en principio Laszlo no iba a ser el protagonista, la protagonista era Sarai y ella la tuve en mente desde por mucho tiempo antes.
And for some reason, from 25 years ago, I had this character in my head who would send nightmares to the humans who lived in this city, and I didn't know why she did. And I was curious about her. I didn't have a story yet, just this character. And it had also the character of Minya, but she was just a child who didn't age, and I didn't know why.
El personaje de Sarai lo he traído en mente por más de 20 años y sé que hacía que la gente soñara con pesadillas, lo que no sabía por qué, y también tenía en mente el personaje de Minya, pero era como un niño.
And when I was starting writing the book and I was trying to tell their story, I had an idea that I wanted to lead into the city of Weep through the eyes of an outsider.
Cuando empecé a tratar de contar la historia de ellos, empecé a pensar en ver la ciudad de Weep desde los ojos de un forastero.
So Laszlo was going to be the outsider and the love interest. So I was trying to get to know him so that I could bring the reader into the story with him. But as I figured out who he was, eventually I just fell in love with Laszlo and he became the main character.
Entonces empecé a pensar la manera de llevar, digamos, al lector hacia la ciudad a través de los ojos de Laszlo, guiarlos juntos. Pero bueno, a medida que fui haciendo esto, fui conociendo al actor y me enamoré.
And the moment that it happened that he stole the book was when I wrote that his nose had been broken by a falling book of fairy tales when he was a little boy. And then instantly it was his story.
Se robó, digamos, el libro en cuanto yo pensé que en su infancia se le había roto la nariz porque se le cayó un libro de hadas en
He was literally shaped by stories.
Ahora sí que se configuró él a través de las historias.
And the chapter I was writing was called Strange the Dreamer, and so that became the title of the book. And it became about his journey. But Sarai, of course, is very much in the story. And then the second book so this book is more Laszlo's hero's journey, and the second is more about Sarai, who has always been helpless and been a tool of other people, sort of taking responsibility for herself and her magic.
Entonces, cuando yo estaba escribiendo el capítulo sobre Laszlo, pensé en esto, en que él es el soñador, y así fue que se le quedó el título al libro. Porque si ustedes ven, en inglés, bueno, aquí está en español, pero en inglés es Stranger, que es el apellido de él, Dreamer. Y bueno, desde luego al empezar a contar su historia, Sarai está todo el tiempo o buena parte del tiempo ahí presente, pero el libro se trata principalmente del viaje de él. Y en el segundo ya me enfoco más en ella, que es una chica que pues la gente la ha utilizado, y cómo a partir de eso después ella empieza a hacerse responsable de sí misma y de su madre.
I've already read Prince of Nightmares and I saw some things. And my question is if you are going back to the Lord of Smoke and Bone works.
So those of you who have read Daughter of Smoke and Bone will see a lot of familiar things in Muse of Nightmares. There's some in here, but a lot more in Muse of Nightmares. And there will be some suggestions about what could happen. I'm not planning that right now. I have other books that I'm writing, but I would like to do it. I would really like to do it. If you haven't read Daughter of Smoke and Bone and you read these books, it's fine. But there will be things that it's like there's a layer of hidden things that you wouldn't think, you wouldn't see. And then the ending of Muse of Nightmares will mean a lot more if you've read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. That was really fun.
No alcancé a escuchar tu pregunta para...
que se iba a regresar al mundo de Hija de Humo y Hueso.
Okay. La respuesta es que para quienes hayan leído Hija de Humo y Hueso, pues van a encontrar muchas cuestiones que les van a, digamos, a sonar conocidas en lo que es la musa de las pesadillas. No es necesario que hayan leído estos libros para entender pero los que lo hayan hecho van a encontrar algunas cosas que conocen, y probablemente vaya una nueva historia.
I hope.
Espero. Sería breve.
Hopefully.
There's a special reason that you choose a mod for the Sarai power, or do you like the ugly insect, or just for guess?
Sí, la pregunta es respecto a la polilla. ¿Hay algún motivo por el cual hayas elegido una polilla para Sarai?
I think that I must have some sort of small obsession with moths, because in the fairy books there's a character who has moth affiliation, and in Daughter of Smoke and Bone, there's the hummingbird moths, and then this. I just think that what's cool about moths is that they're beautiful. They're not that different from butterflies, but for some reason they're creepy. Yeah. And I think that that's kind of what my books are like. They're like beautiful but creepy. So it's perfect. I think they're amazing. I don't think they're really that creepy, but they do have that sort of nocturnal, quality.
Something like mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo no sé, tal vez tenga una pequeña obsesión con ellas, porque realmente aparecen en el libro de las hadas, también aparecen en la serie de Hija de Humo y Hueso, también aparecen aquí. Y no sé, yo lo que pienso es que son muy parecidas a las mariposas, pero por alguna razón la gente las ve como algo oscuro, como algo que da un poquito de temor, a pesar de que son hermosas. Entonces, pues me gusta esa.
Vamos a saber qué pasó en la batalla final de bueno, conocer esto.
Are we going to know what happened after the final battle of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone?
Maybe. When I'm finishing a book or a series, or the stories are so big that it never feels really natural to just tie it up. Like, I think that Peru and Akiva's, their life isn't going to just be sitting at home having a farm, like there's going to be more. So I never feel like I can just finish it, There's going to be more that they're going to go on and do. Whether I write it, I don't know, but I would like to write that next story. As I was writing Dreams of Gods and Monsters, this new story started to tell itself, and I did think maybe I should not do that.
Tal vez, la verdad es que la historia llega a tal magnitud que a veces no es algo natural cortarla simplemente, ¿no? Como en el caso de Carmen y Akiva, que pues, no creo que se vayan a su casa nada más a sentarse en una granja. Entonces, no sé, probablemente sí. Yo creo que la historia continúa, que yo la escriba eso es lo que no sé, ¿no? Es como el Dreams of Gods and Monsters, que es disyuntiva.
But if you read, when you read the end of Muse of Nightmares, you might have some more sense of what could happen.
Pero a lo mejor cuando lean el final de Dreams,
Muse of Nightmares.
la musa de las pesadillas, entonces van a tener una idea más cercana de lo que es.
Hola. ¿Escuchas algún tipo de música cuando escribes tus libros? Y de no ser así, ¿qué música le gusta a Laini Taylor?
Do you listen to music while you're writing, and if not, what kind of music do you like?
I don't listen to music while I'm writing, though I used to. When my daughter was small, I would have to go out of the house to write, or else I would get nothing done. So I would go to a cafe, and so I had to have noise-canceling headphones, which I thought meant that it, just made there be no noise, but I realized you actually have to have music.
Cuando mi hija estaba pequeñita, normalmente no escucho música, pero cuando mi hija estaba pequeñita, para poder trabajar me tenía que salir de la casa y entonces me iba a un café, pero entonces para aislarme del ruido me ponía yo unos audífonos, pero entonces era tal el silencio que decidí que tenía que oír música.
I thought they just magically blocked out all sound, but no. So I would listen to music that was very even, that wouldn't make me think, wouldn't make me notice it, just something that would block out. There was a Persian, sort of Persian rock group that I would listen to. It wasn't really rock, but it was sort of alternative music. And it was beautiful, but very even. It wasn't like...
Sí.
Persian, ok. Sí, tengo que escuchar algo que no tenga muchos altibajos porque si no me distrae, pero descubrí a un músico persa, es como, no es precisamente rock, pero es una música muy tranquila y así muy uniforme que me permite trabajar.
But then sometimes, there have been times where I needed something different, and I will listen to PJ Harvey over and over and over and over. Also Radiohead, Florence and the Machine. So that's a good one.
Sí.
Yeah. But I know some writers are really into music, but for me, I'm so easily distracted that I think silence is the best for me.
Bueno, ya escucharon los grupos que le llaman la atención, pero realmente la música la distrae, no es como otros autores que necesitan la música para escribir, más bien ella la distrae, por eso casi no la usa.
Gracias.
Well, I cry a lot with your books, especially Most of Nightmares. And I was wondering if you cry while reading the book.
Yo lloro mucho con tus libros, especialmente con la musa de las pesadillas, y la pregunta es si tú también lloras con tus libros.
I usually don't cry because it's something that, I get very sad, but it's something that I'm working up to for so long that by the time I get there, it's not like a surprise to me. But I can be very sad. And actually, there's one character that I had to kill that, and I want you guys to know that whenever somebody hates me for that, they're always from Mexico. You know who I mean?
No, sí me entristezco, pero lo que pasa es que como yo estoy trabajando en lo que está sucediendo, no me toma por sorpresa, entonces realmente no lloro, pero sí me da tristeza. Y bueno, cuando llega, por ejemplo, que tuve que matar a un personaje, no les voy a decir quién es, pero generalmente los que me odian por haberlo hecho son mexicanos. ¿Saben a quién me refiero? ¿Qué personaje es?
Here's in Days of Blood and Starlight. And every time somebody tweets me like, how could you kill Hazael? They're always from Mexico. I don't know why that is, but it's funny. And I'm sorry, that was a very hard one. It was very, I didn't want to, but it had to happen. And I feel like I go pretty, I wouldn't say I go easy on my characters, but I don't kill very many of them, at least not in a very final way.
Esto fue en un personaje que sale en Días de Sangre y Resplandores. Siempre quien me reclama y dice, ¿cómo pudiste? Es de México. Y normalmente yo trato de ser buena con mis personajes, pero no mato mucho realmente.
Or if they do, they can still be in the next book anyway, somehow.
Generalmente no los mato así como de forma definitiva y a veces, aunque así sea, pueden aparecer en otro.
In fact, with the end of this book, the whole time I was writing this book, I thought, so it starts out with, the first lines is a girl dying, falling from the sky. I thought it was somebody else the whole time I was writing the book.
En este libro, por ejemplo, la primera parte se trata de una chica que muere porque se cae del cielo y siempre tuve que estar pensando que era alguien más.
I thought it was somebody else until I got maybe, I was writing, I got to like very close to the end and I realized who really died and it was a big shock to me.
Realmente avancé muchísimo en el libro y ya estaba yo muy cerca del final cuando me di cuenta quién era esa chica que había muerto al principio.
And I was very shocked. I was so exhausted because I was very late on the book that I think I hadn't really been awake for a while. And all of a sudden I was very awake. And I was like, I can never do that. That's terrible. And I was very excited.
Había yo estado trabajando mucho porque para variar iba yo retrasada en lo que estaba yo haciendo, pero entonces cuando me di cuenta fue como si no hubiera estado bien despierta y en ese momento me desperté del shock, ¿no? de darme cuenta quién era esa persona.
But as for your question about if I cry, I have to tell you guys a very funny story. Probably some of you are fans of Sarah J. Maas. Yes. Well, I heard her speak once, and she said that she cries so much when she's writing, and that she keeps all the tissues that she uses.
That's Sarah J. Maas. Ella alguna vez la oí decir que ella llora muchísimo con lo que está escribiendo, pero ella guarda todos los papeles, los Kleenex con los que enjuga las lágrimas.
Isn't that weird? She's very funny. But I feel like I can tell you that because she told, it was at a book festival in Ireland, she told everybody, so I figure she's, it's not a secret.
Se lo estoy diciendo porque ella lo dijo así abiertamente ante un público en Irlanda, entonces es secreto.
Yo tengo una pregunta sobre el proceso de escribir. ¿Qué es lo más difícil para ella, el final, el inicio de un libro?
I have a question regarding the process of writing. What's the most challenging part of both the beginning or the end?
Yes.